This is amazing.
They have challenged, they got level, the Lions, but in the end, the Gold Coast Suns have won the Clash, and now they can rock the Casbah.
Oh, they certainly will. I mean, this is a huge game now.
I think most that came that walked away thinking probably a fairly strong rivalry will start, and where it goes from there we'll wait and see. But probably saying it's a grand final is a bit of exaggeration. I mean, you know, where we sit at the moment, we're not in the great position in terms of ladder position, but where we hope to be, obviously, is an emerging group that, you know, can play off in those really significant games, you know, in finals in years to come. But certainly these are unique games. They are rivalry games, and you know, ultimately for us, I mean, we're still at a point where we're teaching our players about what it takes to be consistent to win 4 points. So. And what it actually takes every single week to be able to do that. This obviously has probably a little bit extra significance because of the proximity of both teams.
It's the battle for Queensland, and yeah, I mean, I think as Michael said, it's going to grow in time. I mean, no different to what I've experienced at West Coast and Fremantle. So it is what it is. Again, as coaches, you don't have a lot. You can have a lot to say, but you don't have a lot to do about it. That's what it comes down to the players. And look, it is slightly different to West Coast and Fremantle because they're probably 5 k's away from one another. We're, you know, over probably 70, 80 k's away. So it's a little bit different, but it's still the battle for Queensland. I'm sure there's, you know, bragging rights and all those sorts of things. And we got the first one on the board, and I'm sure, you know, Brisbane are very keen to get the next one on the board. We've had 2 days off, so I haven't been back to the club. You know, he did some running later in the week last week, but I think he's pretty keen to play. But again, it's you know, if there's any doubt, we'll rule him out. But look, he's certainly endeavouring to play. Yeah, look, he knows his body fairly well, and he knows whether he's good to go or not good to go. And you know, we'll put him through his paces, of course, but that's more of a sort of a gradual build-up. As I said, he ran late last week, but obviously not at the level he could have played at. Again, desperate to play, as he'll be desperate to play this week. But as I said, we just need to take him up to a level, and so he's comfortable. If he's comfortable, his box gets ticked, and away he goes. If there's a cross there, he doesn't play.
No, I'm not paying anyone this week to go out and do anything. I'm not doing that. But no, it's purely all above board. I think what you want is the contest to be completely even, fair, within the parameters. No one ever wants it to be anything else, but you do respect a healthy contest. And if that's what happens, it's certainly never ever promoted from coaches. We like to be able to have a hard physical contest, and you want to have your eye on the ball, and you want to, you know, when it's your turn, you go. And when that happens, there's always going to be a little bit of spitefulness that's associated to that. So that's just part of the contest. If fans get to see that, well, good. But it's certainly not something that we expect, because what we should be coaching is always to be able to go for the footy, and that'll always be our focus. Can't remember if it was the last goal, but certainly remember Cracker's mark, that's for sure.
Here are the crumb. Here we go. At the back, Cracker! Oh, yes, indeed, he's got it.
That stood out. You know, so there was a lot of exciting elements to it, and I think that's what happens with with youth and excitement, and you get sort of hooked by that. Obviously, Gold Coast had their chance with being able to host the first one. We get now our chance.
I think we've made small steps, but look, it's from a collective. I mean, yeah, do you look on the purely points, wins and losses, that yeah, we're averaging probably 67-point losses up until that stage, even up to around 10, leading into to Geelong at home, and then post that period we're down to 37-point losses. So that's been a significant improvement. But I think what we're seeing in just the young fellas is the growth in the younger players, and that's not translating into a team growth, but certainly an individual growth. So we're still spasmodic as a side goes, but I think individually certainly the boys have improved.